Well, I told Blake when he accepted the interim role position, I told him that the positive thing for him was he had the opportunity to interview for the job every day. And so for me, it was a daily evaluation of seeing how he was handling all the things outside of being just a defensive coordinator. And certainly over the last 5 weeks, I've seen enough both off the field and his daily interactions, and then obviously the way the team has responded. All those factors led to me offering him the position.
John, him knowing that he was constantly interviewing for the job did not seem to faze him at all. Did that help lead into the decision, the fact that he kept the focus on the seniors, on the players, and it never made it about him?
Well, I feel like he handled everything in such a great manner. He really was able to compartmentalize. I had trouble getting that word out. Everything, like certainly being the defensive coordinator is still really important, but all the other things took time. And so I think he did a really good job of keeping the main thing, and focusing on the important task at hand and getting it done.
John, just knowing the portal is opening next week and the offseason really starts Monday, how important was it to get it finalized this week and done?
Well, I looked at it in this regard. I had evaluated him every day and had seen that. From a timing standpoint, I felt like it was important. We got home at 1 o'clock in the morning from North Texas. Navy's had a bye week. We've got a short week of practice. I did not feel like it was, let's wait and see one more game. I felt like the body of work had been enough. And then obviously the transfer portal coming, and I felt like retaining our staff and retaining our players was paramount, and that's why we made the decision when we did.
John, how believable are you in this process over? It feels like it's not been a really long time, but it's nice to get 4 wins and going into the Navy game that you can put us behind.
Well, certainly it has occupied a lot of my time over the last 5 weeks. I wanted to make sure we got it right. I wanted to do my due diligence. If you go back and look at, the interest from across the country, the ECU brand is a powerful brand, and there was a lot of interest. But I am relieved, and I'm happy that we landed with Blake.
Share how many other candidates you talked with throughout the process?
I don't really want to get into a number. I did talk to a lot of people, but I don't want to get into a specific number. But there was broad-based interest across the country. I think the history of our football program and the visibility and success made it a very attractive job.
How important too, obviously, the offensive success of John David Baker, how's it retaining those guys going forward? How important is that going to be?
Well, I think retaining both players and coaches is important. When you have the success that we've had over the last several weeks, you've played on national TV. Tomorrow will be another time. But both players and coaches become more attractive and more visible. So retaining those individuals is really important.
I noticed in the contract itself there's a provision that in regard to extensions, there's a 1-year extension for, I believe it's each bowl appearance. Why was that important and a priority in this contract?
Well, I felt like it's a very fair contract on both sides for a first contract, but I also wanted to make sure that there were enough rewards in there that when we have a successful season that he would get rewarded on that as well.
What lessons have the university learned in the past firing decisions?
Well, I don't know what lessons the university's learned, but I've certainly learned a lot of lessons throughout the process. It is not an exact science when you hire a coach. You want to check enough boxes off that there are enough merit badges along the way that you understand that they can do the job, and I think we found that today in Blake.
John, how important is it for hiring determination to get involved with Team Boneyard to keep retaining all these players?
Well, the reality is, in the new era of college athletics, players can transfer from school to school. You're going to have other programs that are going to find us attractive because of the recent success we've had. There are going to be bigger programs that are going to try and entice our players. Having Team Boneyard and their ability to offer our players an NIL opportunity is going to be really important